Good evening. I'm very happy to be here. I say good evening because we are really after 5 o'clock. So thanks for staying here and listen to my last speech today. And I'm very happy to be here in Vietnam. It's not my first time in Thai Nguyen, and every time I feel a little bit more familiar, thanks to Sep Long and all the teachers. And I'm so happy always to stay in Vietnam. And for that reason, I want to start my presentation today with a very personal question. Hopefully you can accept my personal question. And my personal question of today is, who will wear tomorrow the same outfit? Please hands up. 1, 2, 3. So who will wear maybe tomorrow the same shoes? 1, 2, a little bit more, yeah? Okay. I'm asking you, if you are wearing all the year the same shoes and the same outfit, maybe nobody will hands up, hopefully. But if I ask you, who will have the same thoughts next year? Who will have the same beliefs? Who will have the same teaching style next year? In a period of such a transition as we have mentioned now, you have seen the energy transformation, you have seen the investment, you have seen the transition in the world. But what we are doing at university, we keep our old styles. We keep our old shoes, we keep our old suits all over the year. And we are not changing our beliefs, we are not changing our mindset, we are not changing our way of teaching. Oh, very slowly. But that is, if you agree, a very important localization of being a transformer of the future. So if you agree what Professor Li Fu and also Professor Tan Le told us, it is so important a location that at university we transform our future generation. And for that reason, it is so important that we change our mindset at university. And so for that reason, if you accept, because it's the last presentation of today, I want to focus on 3 issues very quickly with you together. First, I want to show you that we need a new learning approach and a new learning objective at university in case of education economy. The second is, I want to show you what we are doing at my university in Eberswalde, which is a university very close to Berlin with a long tradition on sustainability. And I want to show you what we are doing, how to transform our teaching style. And the third issue is that we will very quickly show you an example how we use this transformation together, for example, also with Coeva. We have some projects together and how we can put it into practice. So let's jump very quickly to the first chapter. And I want to start with something which was not so mentioned today, because as we have heard about investment, we have heard about economic growth, we have heard about the future of Vietnam is growing economy. But what we should also have in mind, that if we are growing, we are also coming out of the borders of our planet in ecological reasons. So this means we are over the limits in a lot of areas. And as you can see here, the problem is the decoupling. Because we are growing and we are not decoupling our resource consumption. We are not decoupling our energy consumption. We are not decoupling a lot of resources we are using for this economic growth. And if we jump a little bit into the future, you can see here that the pace of decoupling is not enough. So we have to speed up not only the investment and the growth of the GDP, we have also to speed up to think about how we use our resources in the world in a more sustainable way. And if I jump to the next page, or the next slide, you can see what is important in my view is not only the higher quality of life, which requires more GDP growth. Of course, everybody is happy to have a new car, to have a new motorbike, to have a new house, to have a new furniture at house, and so on. But at the same time, we have also to think about how we can do it adequately. Decoupling will be achieved. And there are two main schools in economics who are dealing with this subject. One is the green growth school, which is thinking about how we can continue growing. We are on the right side of GDP, but in a green way, in a sustainable way. So that was something about the speech, hydropower and other energy resources. That is an issue, how we can grow using resourceable energy, for example. But on the other side, which was not mentioned today, is always quality of life depending on the growth of GDP, or can we also increase the quality of life maybe in a way which is not always consuming resources? So that is the other school, which we call it the degrowth school. So improving the quality of life, but not improving or not increasing the GDP in the same time. And for that reason, we have only one chance at university. And the one chance is that we teach our students and discuss with our students about green growth or about degrowth, because the alternative is to continue like in the old times. This means the old suit, the old shoes, only thinking about GDP, only thinking about increasing, only thinking about economic growth. And this means, in my view, a Mad Max future. Because our planet is not anymore, has not enough resources, has not enough power anymore. We are over expanding the resource which we are needing for the increase. And for that reason, if you want to avoid Mad Max future, hopefully only in a Hollywood film and not on the earth, we have to think about green growth and degrowth. And for that reason, we need a new thinking and we need new shoes of educating teachers and students at economic universities. That is 100% in my view required. And for that reason, no, that was too fast. For that reason, in my view, this requires a new learning outcome. And a new learning outcomes means transforming by design and not by disaster. Not by design, not by disaster means not using the Mad Max scenario, only thinking about how we can maximize profit, how we can grow in economic views, but also to think about how we can do it in a green way, how we can do it in a more sustainable way. And that is obviously very important in universities. Obviously, I cannot find it in many German universities and in Europe universities. For me, it is greenwashing, because they think, oh, we are doing a little bit green projects, but at the end, it's only one issue, profit maximization. And not other things are in real life. So, for that reason, I want to show you very quickly the approach of my university, which has a history of nearly now 200 years, and 200 years of sustainability, because my university was founded 1830, was a part of Humboldt University, and the King of Prussia decided to move out the faculty of forestry to the forest, because how you can teach students for hunting and preserving the forest in the city. So he said, go out in the forest, and for that reason my university was founded nearly 200 years ago, and always focused on sustainability. First in forestry, but now we have also faculties of wood technology, with engineering. We have a faculty of sustainable business management, for example. But I have to say it was, because I want to show you that we transformed our approach, how we think we can discuss together with students about sustainability. So I will jump a little bit because a lot of issues we were awarded as the greenest university in Germany. We got UNESCO patronage for some study programs. We were winner of the German Sustainability Award and so on. Because all the university, 100% is focused on sustainability. We are a very small university, only 2,300 students. We have only 20 study programs. We have 15% international students, hopefully in future more from Vietnam. 406 employees and so on. You can see we are very small, but I say always small but beautiful. And our mission is very clear. Be a driving force for sustainable development and transformation in universities and society. This means teaching competencies to shape sustainable development. Second, active promotion of social engagement. And third, development of viable model solutions in close dialogue with practitioners. So everything focused on sustainability and to do it in a practical way. Let's say transdisciplinary, international, and very practical. And for that reason, some years ago we decided to abolish all the faculties. Because in our old mindsets, let's say our old school shoes, we thought, oh, we have one faculty of this, we have second faculty, we have third faculty, and this was really thinking of faculty. But we think that sustainability can only be learned and be taught in a very transdisciplinary way. And so we asked the teachers, oh, from faculty 1, please discuss with faculty 2 teacher about sustainability. And it happened sometimes, but not in the way we wanted. And for that reason, some years ago we decided we abolished all the faculties. We only have now an undergraduate school and a graduate school. And all the study programs in the undergraduate are now in one school. This means we have study programs in agriculture, we have engineering, we have economics, but it's one school. We have one graduate school, master's program, but in one school. And so the teachers come together, the students come together, and for the research we have 2 departments. So also the teachers should do the research together. We call it transdisciplinary way of teaching sustainability. And now we will see it's a very, very young decision. It's only 2 years ago. Now it's in practice, and we will see how it happens. The students are very happy because they are not only studying economics, so they have courses together with students from agriculture, from other disciplines, and thinking about sustainability. And what does it mean for economic students? In my view, it means that we have teach the students unlearning in order to relearn. This means I want to give you a citation from Alvin Toffler, who unfortunately died some years ago, a futurist researcher. He said the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. And for that reason, of course, when students come and want to study economics, first we learn about neoclassical models and so on. But very, very quick, we tell them you have to unlearn that. And then to relearn again, what does it mean for a better future? What does it mean for a sustainable future? Put off your shoes, put off other shoes, and relearn how we can shape a better future. This is, in very short sentences, it's a huge a way of different kind of teaching. In my view, we need no teacher anymore, only moderators. We don't need students who will come and read one book and think, oh, the teacher's book is the best one. No, the best student is who has the best questions, and not who has the best answers. Because the students should go out of our university with a lot of new questions in their mind, to be curious for new solutions. Then we reach what we want, curious students for the future. Now, the third part, I told you very quick, we jump to 1, 2, 3. The third part is now about one project we started 4 years ago, and we also included the TUEBA with students. And the program which we started was together with a university in Ecuador, some universities in Cuba. We included a university in Africa, in Ghana, and also we wanted to include an Asian university, and the best one, of course, is TUEBA. For that reason, we discussed with the rector of TUEBA to include in the project. And the project is named Deepening Engagement with the SDGs through the development and implementation of innovation learning spaces. And what we did is creating 2 learning spaces together with students and teachers from these universities. I want to show you these 2 learning spaces we created. The project had 2 questions normally. How do the SDGs help the universities, and how the universities help the SDGs of a country, of a society? So these are the main questions we asked the teachers when they get into the program. And what is very important is that we always connected the SDGs with these 2 new learning spaces. So what does it mean, for example? Active engagement instead of knowledge transfer. How we can activate teachers and students. Active participation, change of the perspectives. Moderator instead of teacher, I already mentioned that. And also the society, we want to bring it to the society to help people in the society to improve. And also problem-based learning is a very, very important issue of this. You can have the slides and then you can read it a little bit deeper. So let's start very quickly to the first learning space. We call it Designing Future Economies Innovation Lab. So the task of the students is to design future economies in a more sustainable way. And how we can do it. We are creating a lot of self-learning materials in all languages, because today we have avatars, we have artificial intelligence, no problem. To have teachers. I speak very, very fluently Vietnamese in this time, because my avatar is perfect. He speaks more than 140 languages, very quick. Designing innovation methodologies. For example, we invited teachers from architecture, because they are also designing future houses and construction. And we asked them, oh, what are you doing at your university? Transdisciplinary. And of course, we are using avatars as teaching assistants. And so maybe I asked one of my teachers, my avatar, what is her opinion about this system? So let's ask home. No voice. Do you have voice for the? Otherwise, we cannot hear. No voice? No, I cannot hear. She's already prepared, so maybe she wants to talk to us. We cannot hear her. Shall I call her again? So this is my personal assistant. Her name is Hong. And she speaks very fluent Vietnamese, of course, 140 languages. How we can hear her? So I will ask her on my lap. You can see her, and now I ask her, please help us.
Tôi rất vui mừng được đến Thái Nguyên hôm nay và cũng xin gửi lời chào đồng nghiệp đến tất cả những người tham dự hội nghị các nhà kinh tế. Như giáo sư Bennett đã nhấn mạnh, việc gỡ bỏ những kiến thức cũ rất quan trọng đối với sinh viên kinh tế vì nó giải phóng họ khỏi những thói quen và niềm tin lỗi thời, cho phép họ phát triển bản thân, thích nghi và đổi mới trong một thế giới luôn thay đổi. Do đó, hội thảo thiết kế nền kinh tế tương lai tập trung vào việc loại bỏ thông tin, tư duy và hành vi cũ để tạo không gian cho kiến thức và kỹ năng mới. Điều này rất quan trọng cho việc thiết kế tầm nhìn về các nền kinh tế bền vững trong tương lai. Giáo sư Bennett cho phép tôi được trình bày chi tiết hơn về dòng suy nghĩ này. Trong hơn 100 năm qua, hệ thống giáo dục của chúng ta vẫn trì trệ, dựa trên mô hình nhà máy, phù hợp với con người và nền kinh tế thời bấy giờ. Hệ thống này được thành lập vào thời điểm các ngành công nghiệp cần những người lao động có kỹ năng và kiến thức tương đối ổn định để phục vụ nhu cầu của các ngành công nghiệp như nông nghiệp và sản xuất. Nền tảng vẫn giữ nguyên, cơ chế vận hành không thay đổi và các mô hình phần lớn không bị ảnh hưởng bởi bất kỳ tiến bộ công nghệ nào đã đưa các ngành công nghiệp khác lên một tầm cao hoàn toàn khác. Ngày nay, sinh viên của chúng ta am hiểu công nghệ và có cơ hội tiếp xúc rộng rãi với thông tin và kiến thức. Giáo dục không thể vận hành theo cách đó đã từng làm. Chúng ta không thể mong đợi một hệ thống được thiết kế cho một thời đại đã qua sẽ mang lại kết quả cho một thế hệ đang sống và hít thở trong một thời đại hướng tới tương lai và đặt tương lai lên hàng đầu. Chúng ta cũng cần để bỏ qua những nguyên tắc, khái niệm và khuôn mẫu đã từng hiệu quả nhưng không còn phù hợp với thực tế hiện tại. Ví dụ, tại sao sinh viên kinh tế trên toàn thế giới vẫn dựa vào huyền thoại chính của kinh tế hậu tân cổ điển, lý tưởng hóa cạnh tranh là điều tốt đẹp vốn có. Sinh viên kinh tế nên bỏ qua giả định rằng thị trường tự động và liên tục điều chỉnh để đạt đến trạng thái cân bằng ổn định, nơi cung bằng cầu. Hội thảo cho thiết kế nền kinh tế tương lai mang đến một môi trường học tập độc đáo, nơi sinh viên từ các quốc gia khác nhau có thể cùng nhau thể bỏ qua để học lại đi và sau đó cùng nhau phát triển tầm nhìn cho một nền kinh tế bền vững. Xin chân thành cảm ơn quý vị đã cho tôi cơ hội chia sẻ suy nghĩ quan trọng này với quý vị hôm nay. Giờ đây, tôi xin dừng lại bài phát biểu cho giáo sư Bennett và chúc quý vị một ngày thành công và một hội nghị thú vị tại Thái Nguyên. Xin tạm biệt và hẹn gặp lại.
Sometimes I have to tell her to stop because she speaks so much. And yeah, is it good Vietnamese? Perfect. So it's a question now of 1 minute to give her an instruction. And when I go to my seminar and I have her on my side, I tell her, oh please, I want to discuss about this issue 1, 2, 3. And then, of course, I have to check what she's saying, yeah? Because sometimes she's also inventing something. But normally, it's a perfect solution for me, for international seminars. And she speaks Spanish with my Spanish colleagues from Cuba, from Ecuador. Of course, that is the future. And I'm very happy that maybe in 5 years I will have my avatar here and he will perfectly speak Vietnamese. So that is, in my view, the way how we should discuss internationally together with students from Vietnam, from other countries about sustainable economics. The second learning space I want to show you is that is the second learning space we developed. I have something here, some cards, play. So this is a simulation game with typical situations in different countries. Maybe a situation typically in Taiwan area and province, when you have the green action plan and maybe there is something you have to solve. And then we put it in one of these cards and ask the students internationally to discuss about a solution for that. And of course, the German students don't know the situation very good. So they have to ask their colleagues in Tueva and come in discussion. That is exactly what we want. We want that students internationally discuss about sustainable solutions for economic problems. And normally it is connected with social problems, it's connected with energy problems, it's connected with so many transdisciplinary problems. And that is something very important we are doing in the project together with Tueva to create simulation games, for example, with students all over the world about sustainable future. And of course, I have my secretary as well. I don't know whether it's functioning or not. If it's working, I can ask her again what she thinks about how we can connect it together with Tai Nguyen province. But maybe it's not working.
We have 5 more minutes.
It's only 1 minute, but maybe we don't have technical solution. Let's check. No, it's not working. So sorry, but next time I will be prepared and have a technical good solution for you so that we can hear her. Yeah. And of course, sorry for being a little bit late, but hopefully you have understood what I wanted to discuss with you. First, we need a new approach of learning and teaching economics at universities. Second, we should bring it to practice with some international projects together with universities around the world. And for that reason, I'm so happy to be here and discuss about future economic teaching and learning here at Taiwan. Thank you very much and have a good night.
So thank you very much, Professor Hans-Peter Benedict, for the interesting presentation. So now we have proceeded to the Q&A session, and this is an important opportunity for participants to engage directly with our speaker and raise a question. Yes, please.